Problem solving, customary, and metric conversions. How can you use a strategy to make a table to help you solve problems about customary and metric conversions? Okay, these are one of the things when we don't know what we have to do. Aaron is making fruit punch for his family reunion. He needs to make 120 cups of punch. He wants to store the punch in gallon containers. How many gallon containers will Aaron need? Use the graphic organizer to help you solve the problem. All right, so we have, what do we need to know? Well, I need to know how many gallons of containers he will need. That's what I need to know. What's the information I need? Well, I need to know that there's 120 cups of punch, and I also need to know that there is 16 cups in a gallon. How will I make a table to show the relationship between the number of cups to the number of gallons? All right, there are 16 cups in a gallon. Here's the conversion table to help us. So each cup is 1/1/16 of a gallon. A cup is 1/1/16 of a gallon. Okay, so 1 cup to 1 gallon is 1/1/16. So how will I figure this out? Well, we learned that if we're dividing by 1/1/16, we're really just taking 120 times or divided by 116 or by 16. So if I do 120 divided by 16, and I'm off the page, 16 times, try 7, 5, 115. I think that's the closest we're going to get. 115. Oh, sorry, 142. I better multiply again. 2, 4, 11. And I get 8, so I have a remainder of 8 out of 16. I can simplify that to be, divide them both by 8, I get 1/2. So I need 7.5 gallons. So how many gallons will I need? Well, I'll need 8. Because I can't carry a half of a gallon of punch. Will all the gallon containers Aaron used be filled with capacity? No, because the last one will only be half full. Okay. All right. Sharon is working on a project for art class. She needs to cut a strip of wood that is 1 decameter long to complete the project. If Sharon has 7 strips of wood that is each 1 meter long, how many 1 decameter strips can she cut? So here's the question. 7 1 meter, how many decameters can she catch? So I know that I need 1 decameter to complete the project, and I know that there are, so 1 decameter is 1/10 of a meter. Okay, how can I use that information? Well, I can draw a table. So I'm going to draw one just like I did the last one. So I have a meter and I have a decameter. And for one of these, I have 10 of these. So for 2, it would be 20, and I'm starting to see a pattern. So I just take whatever my top number is times 10, and I have 7 of them. So I know 7 of them would be 70. So Sharon can cut 70 decameter lengths to complete her project. What relationship did the table you made show? Well, it showed me that every time I just multiplied it by 10. Metrics is so much easier. All right, here we go. Eduardo has a drink cooler that holds 10 gallons of water. He is filling the cooler 1-quart containers. How many times will he have to fill the quart container to fill the cooler? Okay, so I'm going to first fill out the table. 1 gallon equals 4 containers. 2 gallons, well, I take this times that, what I started with, 8, 12, 16, 40. So the rule is what? Number of gallons times 4, because there's 4 quarts in a gallon. So use the table to solve the problem. He has 10 gallons, so he'll have to run 40 times. Because 10 times 4 equals 40. All right, think smarter. If Edgardo fills the cooler only 32 quarts of the water, how would I use the table? Well, I would do what times 4 equals 32, and I know that's 8. Okay. How would the number of times Edgardo use as a container to fill the 10-gallon cooler change if he used a 1-cup container? Well, it's going to be a lot more because I have to change my table to being 1 gallon is equivalent to how many cups? And we know there's 16 cups in the container. So it would be 160. All right. So using the table really makes a difference. On your own, we'll come back to that if we have time, but I want you to do 2, 3, 4 for your homework, 1 or 2, and all of the rest.